So, hello friends, let's discuss the essay paper which UPSC conducted today for 2021 mains. Today is 7th January 2022 and let's discuss the paper. I just got the question paper from one of my student and we would begin from the topic number 1. The topic number 1, let's see, it is the process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. All the questions to this year are philosophical in nature and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let's begin with the first topic. The process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. What does it mean? It means that we have become dependent on technology to tell who we are. Our ability to discover ourselves has been hijacked by technology. So whatever questions comes to a human mind very naturally, such as who you are, where you come from, what you should do in life, who are all those people who are around you, what should be your relationships with them, should you love them or should you love God or you should love something else, what should you should strive for, what is the purpose of life? All these questions which have always surrounded humanity since beginning and which come naturally to us, we have been looking for these questions in the current time on some platform which has been provided to us through technology. So that is what it means. I'll share with you the screen. Okay, here it is. So this is the topic. The process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. So to know all these questions which come naturally to you about yourself, you today are dependent on technology. Your ability to discover yourself has been hijacked by technology. So what you could discuss in this essay? In this essay, before I go further, I remember last year there was a topic on mindful manifesto, something like that. Mindfulness and is a manifesto to a tranquil self. Some topic was like that. In a discussion of that topic, I had quoted a शेर of वसीम बरेलवी. वो झूठ बोल रहे थे इतने सलीके से, मैं एतबार ना करता तो क्या करता. They were speaking lies with such conviction. What else would I have done besides trusting them? So that is the problem. If technology starts speaking lies to you, what would you do? When would you realize, and would you really realize that you are being led into a fictional world or in a world which is false and wrong, where it has completely changed the priorities which you should naturally have for yourself? So that would be the problem which we would be discussing down the line. And before we reach there, we would start this in this essay. We can discuss that how technology has become an indispensable part of our life. Today, we are using technology not necessarily as a tool, not necessarily as an aid to us or to help us, but we're using it as if it is a good, as if we are just consuming it. Every minute of our life, every hour of our life, we are spending with technology. And so much dependent we have become on technology. And in this discussion on our essay in technology, we are not talking about those hardware kind of technologies like those big cars and vehicles and washing machines, microwaves, not those things, but that technology like internet, televisions, mobile phones, and so on, which has the ability to interact with you, which creates an illusion as if it is a person, and which is doing those roles which should ideally be performed by some individual, like maybe your parent, maybe your teacher, your child, your spouse, your friends, your spiritual guru, or someone like that. So today we are running into this age of materialism where we are consuming technology in every minute of our life on this Apple device. I'm taking Apple as an example because it's the front runner of this technology. It calls itself as the flag bearer of the latest technology. Every year, Apple comes up with some gadget. Fingerprint technology, it was invented long back. It brought that technology on the mobiles. Handwriting recognition, voice recognition, and face recognition. Face recognition? You become very excited and you're ready to spend over a lakh rupees just because a machine is ready to recognize your face. In reality, while you're rejoicing when a machine recognizes your face, actually you should be looking after a human being who should be able to recognize the emotions on your face. But alas, we don't have that. Alas, we are all isolated and alienated, and we do not have anyone to talk to, because people whom we can talk, they themselves are immersed into technology. Our friends, our teachers, our parents, our spouse, everyone is immersed in technology to such an extent that we have collectively become isolated, and we have no one but technology itself to answer the most basic questions to us. So technology today is becoming an addiction. It is becoming an addiction, and it is trying to answer us those questions which, as I said, should be answered either by our own selves, or those who are closer in our vicinity, or those who are, like, as I said, our teachers, our spiritual gurus, our friends, our relatives, and so on. Now, suppose if you are depressed in life, if you want to ask a question as to why your life is going on the wrong path, why there are so much miseries, why everything has been broken up, what would you do? You will find some mobile, you will look into that. And whatever the YouTube algorithm decides, those ideas would be implanted in your mind. So it is not you who are choosing what is important for you. It is what YouTube or that technology which is choosing it. It is their algorithm which is deciding what you should be believing in, because they are all pervasive around you. That is the problem. Now, what should human being do? What is the purpose of life? We are all basically dependent on technology to answer that. When a husband and wife, they are fighting to each other, what they do? When a parent and child are fighting to each other, instead of talking to each other and then realizing what is wrong amongst them, what their problems are, what mistakes they are committing in those relationships, they are turning to technology. And it becomes even more toxic when that technology starts dictating how you should lead your personal lives. To the extent it even starts dictating you how you should pursue your most intimate relationships. You have seen that people are going to find out answers about their body, about their emotions. They are looking into technology and YouTube, and most toxic amongst them, pornography. Their problems are real. And then how much devastation they would lead to relationships and humans' life. That is the problem we are not realizing. Next is, public space has invaded private bedrooms and kitchens, marching on the shoulders of technology. So public space has invaded private bedrooms and kitchens and marching on the shoulders of technology. Today, the distinction between the public and the private space, it has eroded. What is public and what is private? The differences are not there. People, they are sharing everything on internet. And when you watch those things, you start imitating them, and you start creating an awareness about yourself, about your relationship, about everything else based upon what you consume through what that technology has provided you. And something as tragic as death, or something as worth celebration as birth. Everything you see being shared on technology. People are sharing everything on internet, Instagram, celebrities, culture and cult, whatever these things are taking place. So death and birth, marriage and divorce, everything has become a public ceremony, and all these things have lost their innocence. Everything has become a public ceremony now. Even these things, something as intimate as marriage. And not only love and romance, not only people broadcast their personal lives of love and romance, but even something problematic like divorce. When they fight with each other, when they do street fighting, they share those things on tweets and all. When you read those things, then you form an opinion about yourself also. So your self-realization, is somehow guided by what you consume through what this technology wants you to consume. The next point here is that why this is problematic. This is problematic for some reasons I have already discussed. And one more reason is that this technology and access to it, and most importantly, who dictates that what is being served on technology and all these platforms is not democratic, even though it might give an illusion that it is democratic. For example, this technology, it turns out to be a tool in the hands of capitalist and authoritative government. The best cameras, the fastest speeds, the best computers, the best ability to process these things and broadcast, they are not uniformly available to all of us. The capitalists and the rich, those who want to dictate their thought process on us, those who want us to find answers to those questions about ourselves according to their interest, they have a monopoly on these platforms. And that is how we start consuming what they want us to consume. So if the capitalists want that we should start believing that the goal of our life is to be a productive labor for them, then that is what we would do. We would think that that I am born so that I can work in this particular company, that great company, and we can become a CEO of that company. We spend all our life to become a manager or a CEO of those multinational companies, because our self-realization is guided by what they want us to believe. And similarly, like market, the government and the state, it has a very strong hold on technology, and they can tell you, they can guide you what you want to, what you actually see. So they can, and they want to invade in your private minds. Why? Because your self-realization is very closely linked to whom you support as a political party, whom you vote for. So to get your votes, they actually want to corrupt your notions of self-realization so that it suits their agendas. That is why it is problematic if we completely lay trust on technology itself. They know everything about you, what you eat, whether you eat pizzas or paneer tikka, whom do you like on Facebook, who is your crush, whom you are secretly following, what you are liking, what your conversations are, what your sexuality is, what your sexual preferences are, whether you are a straight, gay, or lesbian. Everything they know, and they want to create the notions of yourselves in your mind according to their interest. So the strings of our intellectual endeavors are controlled by technology. I repeat, the strings of our intellectual endeavors are controlled by technology. Consequently, we have become puppets and slaves of those who control technology. So we have become puppets and slave of those who control technology. Now, what can be done? These are problematic things. So this is how technology has invaded our space, our private space. And with so much, when then there is so much possibilities of lies and deception. And that is how, again, I'm revoking that, I'm sorry, again, I'm invoking that couplet of वसीम बरेलवी, वो झूठ बोल रहे थे इतनी सलीके से, मैं एतबार ना करता तो क्या करता. He was speaking lies with so much perfection. What else would I have done besides trusting them? So this technology and the various platforms which it has constructed around us, they have created an illusion, and we are falling in its trap with the belief that whatever they are telling us is true. We are moving further and further in distance from our relatives, our family members, our friends, the people who are actually close to us, and most importantly, we are getting further from our own selves. We have become alienated from our own selves. And that is why even the most successful people you will see in life, and as well as those who have failed, those who have been surrounded by tough circumstances or great circumstances, whether they are farmers or celebrities, there are instances of them killing themselves, which we hear as suicide cases in news. So our self-real discovery of who we are, we have outsourced to technology, and it's very problematic. And now one more dimension I will add here. The dimension is We have so far talked about self-discovery, but what about discovery of this nation of ours, discovery of India? What about this? If we construct of India as an individual, India as a human figure, how do we discover about our past, about our present, about our future? We do that on the basis of what we see on technology, and on the front of technology, there is monopoly of the global powerhouse on media houses, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera. We consume what they serve us. So what our past was, what our present is, how we should live in our present, what should our priorities be, what should our future be, how we should study ourselves, we are all being manipulated by those forces which are situated outside. Because the process of self-discovery, we have outsourced to technology. We have outsourced it to technology. Today, technology tells us what we should do, what we are, where we should go, what we should strive for, what our problems are, what our solutions should be, and so on. And that technology is not democratically distributed. It is in the hands of a few, and thus we become puppets and slaves in the hands of those. And most importantly, even if we assume that it is not in the hands of you, even then we are getting alienated from our immediate surroundings. So these are some of the things which we could have discussed in this essay. So what are the solutions? What are the solutions then? What solutions you can recommend? The solutions could be go back to nature, maybe one of the solutions, or reduce your dependence on technology. We cannot turn back the wheel of time. We cannot uproot these wires of internet and broadband, but somehow we can and we should reduce our dependency on internet. That is one thing which we should do. We should reduce our dependence on technology. So the next time when you are broken up, so the next time when you are completely lost, so the next time you don't have answers to any of your questions, and so that next time when you feel depressed in life, or you feel the urge to know who you are, then go and find solace in the people who are around you. Go and ransack the libraries. Go and sit under a tree, near a lake, near a river, on the hills, mountains. These things have got better to teach you, and they will not infest you with ideas which are toxic, the way those who are controlling the ideologies, they infect us with their toxic thoughts. So these are some of the things which you could have written in this essay. And I hope this was beneficial to you all. I would end this discussion here. We can write a lot of other things, and this is just one aspect of what could have been written in this essay. So I will come up with solutions of other essays also. Please stay tuned and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified immediately when I come up with the next essay solutions, or when I come up with new programs for essay learnings. So thank you all.